Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Dolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's Dolphin with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, Aeon's End, and One Deck Dungeon are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island is in early access on Steam. And you can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. Alright, hello to whoever's watching after the fact or live. We are playing Spirit Island again this week. We'll be playing Spirit Island at least for the next several weeks because it's recently in early access, and so it's a good time to get into it, and I need to learn a little more about the game myself. The last time I played, I did the basic game, which was previously called the tutorial game, but I think now they just renamed it to learn more. Click below to try the same game setup as the video above, which was a game with river surges and sunlight with power progression in one of these boards. I don't remember which one it was. I don't actually know the differences between these other than the obvious visual differences. But I have looked more into this game offline. I actually played about 5 to 6 more games offline. And I've actually won most of the games that I've played. In fact, I won the first 3 games that I played. Then I lost one, unfortunately. And it's because I played with the Blight card, but I didn't realize I was playing with the Blight card until after Blight had happened. And then I started losing way too many presences. I was playing with, I believe, the Spread of Rampant Green. Yeah, it was this one I was playing with at the time, and I ended up losing because I was not prepared for the Blight. If I knew I was playing with the Blight card, I would not have had as much Blight happening. Hello, Seamus, and welcome. So I've been playing some more of this game offline, and I've learned a few things. Well, not really, I don't know. I've gotten more experience. I mean, like, the game mechanics I've more or less figured out in my learning stream last week. It's figuring out the best way to play that I still have to figure out. And I need to get more familiar with cards and stuff, like the deck setup, or not the deck setup, all the possible fear cards, all the possible power cards, so that I can like plan around those, and that would help me figure out the higher difficulties as well. So for today, I'm probably still gonna stick on difficulty 0, and I'll probably start kicking it up in the next weeks. Just because I'm still trying to get a handle of things. But for those of you that want extra Spirit Island streams, I will be doing a couple of Saturdays of Spirit Island for the foreseeable future. So today I'm doing Dolphin's Dive, and Saturday I'll be doing Spirit Island Saturdays on this channel at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be doing that for at least through the month of May, at which point I might just go back to just once a week streaming. We'll see. So yeah, you get to look forward to Dolphin's Dive on Thursdays with Spirit Island, and you get to look forward to Spirit Island Saturdays with Dolphin. And maybe then I'll, after next week, maybe I'll go back to Sentinels and One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End on this stream. And with the Spirit Island Saturdays, we'll have the whole repertoire except for Bottom of the Ninth. So let's see, for today, I don't really know the key, not really the key, but ooh, these actually can go in different orientations. That's cool. I've never actually played around with these boards like this. I know I played with like 2-player like this before, and this can only go like that. Interesting. So there's like many different orientations of the boards. Is it okay? Well, I guess obviously the ocean can't go there, so that's fair. This can go here and it can go there. Cool. I've never actually played around with this. I had the story-based setup for the longest time. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, like, obviously A, B, C, D have different layouts of the land types. That means even less sleep for me. I'm sorry. So the other thing about these boards that I know of, I took a glance at the physical. I don't actually remember how it's set up in the physical, but I do know that, like, if you look at the setup for any of these, what are these called? Spirits. Yeah, with most spirits. So it says here, put 2 presents on your starting board in the highest numbered sands. Well, these actually have numbers on them, but I can't see them in the digital game. You'd have to see it in the physical game to actually know how that would set up. So maybe some feedback that I will need to remember to leave, and I'm sure that everyone has left it at some point, is that we should be able to see the numbers at least on this screen, so that, or at least give a toggle that allows for showing the numbers, so that we can decide or plan around our game better, so that we don't end up in a game where we have like 2 presences, or both spirit presences like right in the middle and everything else is exposed in the oceans. Anyway, I want to play with 2 spirits today, just because I played with 1 last week. And I've played with most of these spirits by now. The ones I haven't played with, I've not done Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares because this guy scares me. And I think that's intentional. He's kind of scary. But the idea that he doesn't deal damage means that he's going to be leaving cities and towns permanently in the game. And I don't know, that's interesting. I don't know how to plan around that yet. And Ocean's Hungry Grasp I've not played yet. Does this one scare me? I don't know if I am particularly worried. I'll play with Ocean's Hungry Grasp, we'll do that one. The flip side says it's high complexity, and we could read some of these out. Two presences, 1 in the ocean, 1 in a coastal land of your choice, and that's nice. Playstyle extremely good at assaulting the coasts where the invaders start out strong, but quite weak inland. The ocean is not accustomed to affecting events so far ashore. Its presence shifts in and out like the tide, which can be tricky to manage, but permits repositioning and tactical retrats. Let's take a quick look and see if it's a typo on the main card. I'm sure it's not, but I just want to take a look, see. I've opened this board so many times. Actually, while I have this here, you can actually see there are numbers on there. And there are also symbols for Dahan and towns. I don't know where I saw one. I guess it's right there. So that would also inform you of setup that should be available on this screen. So where are the cards? They're underneath this thing. So much effort just to see. It is so important that we tell. It is spelled correctly on this. That is impossible for you to see that, but it is correct. So, oh yeah, it also says where the blight goes, yeah. But it says where the Dahans start, where the city and town starts, where the blight starts. All of that are useful informations. All right, anyway, going off of the typo. Permits repositioning and tactical retreats or offensives in the hands of a skillful player. Has fairly inexpensive unique powers, but the energy gained from drowning invaders can be necessary in stepping up to more potent powers. All right. So if we're gonna play with Hoshin's Hungry Grasp, I don't know if it would be good to pair her up with River or he. I don't actually know any of that. But let's see. Might be a good idea to think ahead about the fact that this guy is going to want all the cards, or not necessarily all the cards, but would prioritize the cards that give moon and wind and water and earth. So we don't want someone that necessarily grabs those things. So like Thunder Speaker does animal and wind and sun and fire. So the wind is slightly overlapped, although the wind is not a big need here. Ocean is great with River and Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares. Well, I appreciate that tidbit. I was actually not even thinking of using River, but I used River last week, and Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares scares me, so I'm just gonna shy away from that. Do I want to go this route? That's moon. You have moon. You have fire, wind, and air. You have earth, grass, water, and earth. So I'm finding a lot of overlap here. But this was what was just left here. Is it okay if I just go with this, even though there's going to be a moon overlap? Shadows flicker like flame. Whenever you use a power, you may pay 1 energy to target a land with Dahan, regardless of the power's range. Doesn't get much energy, at least off the bat. It can get energy off of that one. Your cards don't need, or your basic cards or unique cards don't need much energy though. Yeah, let's just go with this. And let's turn off power progression because that's a beginner tool from what I've seen. So Ocean's Hungry Grasp has the options of reclaim cards, gain a power card, gather a presence into each ocean, and gain energy. Second option is add 2 presences in any ocean and gain an energy. Option 3 is gain a power card, add a presence to coastal land, and push a presence from each ocean. And Ocean special rule, you may place or move presence into oceans, but may not play or move presence into inland lands. Oceans on boards with any of your presence are treated as coastal wetlands for powers and blight. Any invaders or Dahan moved to those oceans are drowned. Destroy drowned pieces, placing drowned invaders here. At any time you may exchange X health of these invaders for 1 energy, where X equals number of players. Ignore modifiers to invader health. Okay. So, Seamus, not to discourage what you're saying, but I would like to try to figure these things out myself. Not that I resent what you're saying, just so you're aware, I like figuring things out on my own. Okay. Call of the Deeps. 0 range coastal, gather an explorer. If target land is the ocean, you may gather another explorer. Yeah, so this is where it says coastal. So coastal affects ocean on these cards. Grasping Tide, 2 fear, defend 4. Swallow the land dwellers, drown an explorer, a town, and a Dahan. Entitled Boon targets another spirit. Target spirit gains 2 energy and may push 1 town and up to 2 Dahan from one of the lands. If Dahan are pushed into your ocean, you may move them to any coastal land instead of drowning them. Nice. And I believe in a 1-player game, another means you, but in a 2-player game, another means the other. So I believe that's what that means. But a lot of range 0s we have here. 1 range 1, so you don't have to be in that land. But for drowning purposes, you would have to be in that land. And for gathering purposes, you have to be in that land, so... And this is probably most beneficial in the ocean because you can drown, which is nice. All right, and then I know I've played this one before, at least offline, but let me remind myself how this works. Range 0, 1 fear, and Dahan take no damage from ravaging invaders. 0 range, 2 fear, replace a town with a settler or replace a city with a town. 1 range, gather up to 4 Dahan if invaders are in presence and Dahan not outnumber them, 3 fear. And Mantle of Dread, 2 fear, and target spirit may push 1 town, or 1 explorer and 1 town from one of their lands. Okay. This targets any spirit. Yeah, this is any versus another. All right. Let's go. Yeah, no scenario, no adversary, no blight, difficulty 0, which should mean it's a straightforward game, at least from what people have told me. Okay, so click a land to do the thing. It's this one, right? Because we're putting 1 in the ocean and 1 in a coastal land of your choice. So where do we want to put your thingamabob or doohickey? Your presence. Also, it's really awkward right now. There's no music. Really awkward. Also, I believe with the recent update, we could see 3D Classic. Although I think that will reset the board when I do that. Or no, it changed immediately. Nice. 3D Classic. So we get rid of the 3D aesthetic, but it's still, or not the 3D aesthetic, it's still 3D, but without the ridges on the board. I never actually checked the 2D. That's 2D. I don't know why, but this feels like I'm now playing on a SNES instead of an N64. It's like top-down perspective versus 45-degree perspective. I vastly prefer the 45-degree. I can already tell I like that so much better. And I'm okay with the ridges on the board. I don't think they're really problematic at all. They give a sense of land. All right, so what plans do we have here? All of these are range 0. You can't go inland, so you're stuck to these parts, right? Actually, you can go in these parts as well, although you're stuck to this side. Or is it only on your board? On your starting board, yeah, okay. But your presences can go to any ocean. And you can do a presence to coastal land as long as you have a presence in that ocean. So you can eventually get there with your growth. But for this, we have to be over here. And of the range 0s, what are we most concerned about? All of this also only targets coastal. Well, that prefers to be in the ocean. That prefers to just be anywhere. We don't know where you're exploring yet because the game hasn't actually started yet. I'll just put you in the mountains. And you're exploring in the sands. Well, you're not even coastal sands, so... Alright, so... I can have you gather to stop the build in this sands. The build in this sands can't really stop, and Ocean is going to have a very hard time getting there anyway. Then we have those things going on there. What can we do there? That's a Ravage defend. That's range 0. So we'd have to have you expand there if we want to have that defend happen. This is replacing of buildings, gathering and possibly fear, and may push town and thing. Have I practiced with oceans? I have not. And Seamus was trying to give me some advice, and I so rudely said no. part of why I'm doing a two spirit team is so I have ocean paired with something else in case I am horrible with ocean. Let's see. Yes. Yes. So all the range zeros here, yeah, and I think I said I'd have to expand and I was slightly wrong. His growth is interesting. Yeah, he does get a lot of elements here, not much energy actually, very little energy. That's interesting. Interesting indeed! Oops, I just killed my speaker. So if we got you to the tier 1 ocean breaks the shore, you would not get that town. So that's out. We can get you fear maybe. Maybe. With an extra card play, but we have so little energy. He gets tons of energy. Oh, right! Literally this part, he can get energy at any time. Okay. So don't worry about the energy part, because you want to drown things so you can absorb their energy. Okay. So we really want to focus on you gathering things if you can. But we are at a bit of a disadvantage here because the only thing adjacent to the ocean right now is a city. What we could do though, I think I was even planning on doing this anyways, gather the explorer into this mountains so that I could then drown him. Not really necessarily vital to drown. And these are your lands. So this isn't going to go ocean yet. Waka waka. Nom nom nom. I'm still at a bit of analysis paralysis here because I'm still trying to familiarize myself with these cards, and I know that Spirit Island experts are going to say, well, you always start with these cards, so your first 2 turns in any Spirit Island game are going to be the same. It's like when you play chess with a chess expert. Their first 20 moves are like they usually play the same 20 moves with some slight variance. But I'm still trying to figure out these cards, so I apologize if I am slow. You're new to this game, play some cards. Indeed. I'm just trying to think, because let's see, they're building in the sands, and I can avoid the leftmost sand build. And can I do any pushing over here? You also have your power here if you can afford that, but you would need 2 plays and probably energy, which you can get that with presence and energy. You'd need 2 moons and a fire, but that wouldn't really help because that's range 1. Oh no, you would be able to stop this build if you had that then. So you would need 2 moons and a fire, and all of your cards are moon and 2 of them are fire. Okay. So that gives us a gather that can avoid that build. We can also avoid this, or we could avoid this build or this build, basically. But we won't be able to stop both. Okay. So, do you need energy for that? You have 0 energy right now. Yeah, you're gaining 0 per turn. So it looks like we want you to take 3 presence and gain 3 energy then. So it's that button. Just click randomly and hope for the best. How about I just play my best cards and use my best powers and win the game? It's that easy. You can actually get to energy pretty quickly. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's super fast. Your card progression's also kind of fast. That's cool. But we need the 2 card plays in order to gather, so we need to take this presence. And And we can put you super far away. That's 3 away, really? 1, 2, 3? That feels like it's so far away. Jeez. You can go to places. I took the 3 energy route, but I didn't need that, right? Why did I do that? Do I need to do that? Let's just do that. Yeah. Energy is hoarded anyway, so it's fine. Right, and then I know that energy is also useful for these things. We can target lands with Dahan, but we need Dahan in the lands for that to work. So we can also replace a town with a settler after they build, or we could just replace anything with a thing. But that's range 0. If I do this, that's not a defend. The defend was over here, right? Yeah. I'm still being very slow. I think I want to do this. I'm tempted to do this to change the town into the Explorer, but that's not going to matter because Dahan will stop that. But if I sit here, then we can stop the Dahan from taking damage from the Ravagers, but I would basically be sacrificing my presence for that then. If I don't even have to do it this turn. I could set up for next turn. So I could... Or pay an extra energy. You're right. I could still do that. Because it has Dahan in there already. What did we need you to do? We need to get 2 moon and 1 fire. So we have to choose between Crops Wither and Fade and Mantle of Dread. Or just both, but you have to have something in your lands to push. Well, no, because if we could just play that. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out my play, and I haven't placed my presence yet. I'm just gonna put it here, and I can turn him into an explorer. Yeah, the blight. When the blight is gained, then the presence goes. That's the fear. But if I do that to target him. Then I just need 1 other moon. And that can gather the Dahan wherever I want them to. And that can give fear, and lots of fear. Let's go with that one. And now I can gather, yeah. And I can stop builds with that. All right. Your growth, let's see, what do we want to do with you? If I add a presence in any ocean, I can get a presence over here, and then you could actually gather an explorer to kill him. You don't need to defend yet. You could also drown, and that's slow, so you'd be able to drown the explorer and the town that this guy builds. And he wouldn't drown the Dahan. If you get 2 water and 1 earth, and you have a presence over here, your base power would drown a town. So you wouldn't have to play this card to do that. You would get 1 energy to get 2 presences. Your presence would not allow you to get to that 1 energy slot, so you'd only ever have 1 energy. So if you wanted 2 water, 1 earth, you could get that still. I feel like the spread of ocean is going to be better. Although that's a little ironic, I guess, but getting an ocean in every ocean. At least make sure that she or he, I don't know Does it say anywhere here? It. These are all its. We're gonna call them its. Because it says on the card, it. So, yeah. Most of the spirits are its. Okay. Good. So, I don't know, maybe it's better to make sure we have the ocean here. So maybe we'll go that route. Do we want the moon and the water here? We could actually get that, right. And if you do moon and water, you could possibly get fear. But oh, actually, if we got you, but you won't be able to get another card play and also a water to instead drown a city. That would be really valuable. Do you need 2 card plays? I think we wanted 2 card plays. So we want this. We're gonna put 1 there. And do we want the moon symbol or a water? I don't think it's going to matter too much because most of your cards are already moon, and getting to 2 moon requires 3 water. Although we do eventually probably want that energy, but you can claim energy from things you drown. Then again, getting this doesn't give you anything except put you 1 closer to an extra card play. Getting this gives you the moon symbol and puts you 1 closer to having a water. Yeah, lots of range 0. So I can't actually... Oh no, I could still gather on the ocean. I can still drown here. And this is... Well, no, you still get fear even if there's nothing in the land, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so all of that's still... I haven't made a decision that needed range. What about sacred sites? Do any of these care about sacred sites? No. Okay. I don't know. Let's put the moon over here. Having your ships getting smashed is kind of scary, yes. Okay, so do we need to... I feel like I want to wait to see where they explore, and then I can gather the explorer and they can't build. Being able to steal this explorer and town will be nice. And what do we need now? We need moon and wind. Well, unfortunately, this is the only wind, by the way. So that makes it a bit annoying. So we're not going to get to the fear part. What about the drowning part? 2 water, 1 land, 1 earth, rather. So we need another water, so it's either 2 fear, defend 4, or gain 2 energy and push a town and up to 2 Dahan from their lands. The first card is range 0. Yes? Are you talking about this card? Oh, I have to gather, I see. Okay. I keep thinking I can gather, that's right, I can't do that. See, one card says drown, one card says gather, which if it goes into the ocean is a drown. That's what I'm thinking of, is gathering and drowning, but they mean different things. But thank you for that. That clarification avoids the mistake that was going to happen. Oh, you can also push a town from that mountain. Interesting. But you have to actually be on the land. Yeah, so we're not going to really be able to play it this turn. So if we wanted to gather, we would have to play this now. That also gives us that fear part. And the drown part only happens on the land, so you're not going to drown that town either. Okay. The turns you want to play that card is always the turn you have to use your first growth option, because... Oh, because you have to reclaim the cards, but then you also gather a presence, which stops that option from happening, yeah. But I don't really want to play Call of the Deeps just yet. And I don't have to play as many cards as I can. Just because I have 2 card plays doesn't mean I need 2 card plays. Do I need Tidal Boon? So, like, that's not gonna work at all with where we are. Oh, we were gonna have you get... Oh, we were gonna play this. We were gonna have you play this to move that Explorer. Okay, we were gonna do that. We were already going to do that. Unfortunately, these powers still won't help. You really like the music. It's a really calming music. I like it a lot. But do we want this? Do we need this? If I take Swallow the Land Dwellers, then I can drown the Explorer that I gather. Yay! And the next turn I would still have Grasping Tide and Tidal Boon. I would need energy for that. If I... Oh, but that's not gonna work, is it? If I add a presence in any ocean twice, I would be able to have 2 energy, and I'd be able to play both cards, but... Oh, I guess these don't need to be in the town yet. Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting that. I'm doing the thing I did last week where I'm forgetting the thing from 2 seconds ago. Okay, so I don't need the energy because I'll have drowned a settler or an explorer and I'll have an energy from that. Yeah! All right, let's go with that. 40 minutes in, we've made our first play. It's about an hour and 16 minutes faster than last week. All right, so you're gathering in any of these lands here. Let's not put you in one of the Blight, although it's not going to matter really. We just need you to not be there. And we need you to gather and fear. All right. So you've stopped some of the builds. They're exploring in the jungle. I also turned up animation speed, by the way, because when I was playing offline, I liked the animation effects at first, but then I felt that they just took way too long to resolve after a certain point, so I just turned them up. So I can drown you. Yay! I need 2 health for 1 energy, so I'm not gonna get that actually, so never mind. Drown a town in a thing that you're in. Well, that was exciting. Gather 4 Dahan. And a spirit may push a town and an explorer from one of their lands. Peasant RTFG is raiding with a party of 3. Thank you for the raid, Peasant. If we gather 2 Dahan into this jungle over here, then the Dahan would outnumber the invaders. Could also do it over in that jungle as well. Hey, John. Welcome to my 6th game, I think, of Spirit Island. Maybe. I lost count. Not today. This is not my 6th game on stream, no. 6th overall game of Spirit Island. Let's see, and then what? This is target spirit push 1 from their land. So, alright, so we have the build in this jungle. We can push that explorer, and that would stop the build. I don't think we can really stop the ravaging so much. So how about I gathered the Dahan into the land with the explorer, which generates 3 fear, which is a lot, and then we can push the explorer into this land or something. I don't know. Click that. I clicked it. There we go. Delayed action mini raid. Spirit Island is really good. I like it. And someday I will not play difficulty 0. Hey, dragon. So this and this, we can't play both unless I add a presence to both oceans. And then the next turn I'd be gathering a presence into each ocean. I probably want to start developing into the coastal lands though. So I probably need to do this growth. This is 2 land, defend 4. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. That defend 4 is not gonna help. And then you have 1 fear and Dahan take no damage. That's not gonna stop the blight, but would keep the Dahan alive, and I can make sure we have the energy to actually target that land. For some masochistic reason, you are trying to beat Sweden 6 with Shadow's Flicker. I have not even touched any of the adversaries or the other ones. Someday should be today. No, we're learning Ocean today. I'm saying I'm learning Ocean while I'm studying what through the... I was gonna say through the fire and flames. That's not what the spirit is. This is not through the fire and flames. This is shadows flicker like flame. Alright, well I think I'm gonna go this route for Ocean. And you can get a water. You will not be able to get the air, wind, air. I'm trying to remember what these words actually are and not just call them what I think they look like, because that's not what they are. It is air. Okay, air. And that's plant. I think I called it grass. But grass is Pokemon. I've also called it leaf. It is not leaf, it is plant. Air and plants. If I get you a water, then you could play Tidal Boon and you would be able to drown a town, but that's not gonna help. Oh no, that might help. Although this is a slow power, and you're not gonna keep your presence in the sand. They're gonna build in the jungle though. So actually that would help in one of these. And yeah, well, that's not gonna help. I mean, we don't have the energy to play both anyway. Yeah, so it's probably this, and we could place you probably in this land, because after the next turn, if we push, or sorry, if we gather from the ocean, then we're gonna lose the presence in the coastal land. So let's put you there, and then let's push this one there. And push this one here. And you're selecting a deck. Actually, I guess the way that this works, actually, and I saw someone point this out, is that technically you could do these things in any order. So when it says gain a power, add a presence, and push a presence, I should gain the power first, because that's going to inform my later decisions. So let's gain the power card first. And now I can't undo. These are 0s and 1s. I went for the minor because the majors are expensive, and you have to forget a card anyway. We can also lure of the unknown to gather an invader. Gift of constancy. Target spirit gains 2 energy at end of turn. Target spirit may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. If you target another spirit, you may also reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. Oh. That's cool. Quicken the Earth's struggles within 0 of a sacred site. 1 damage to each, or defend 10. So let's see. So you want water the most, right? Both of these tracks require 4 water. And the only one that provides water is Call to Tend, which, by the way, has ocean on it. Remove a blight or push up to 3 Dahan. Well, I'm not really worried about the blights yet, and I'm not really worried about pushing Dahans yet. So maybe I'm not going to go that route. Although, I mean, it's also 1 energy, although you can always get energy anyway. This is a gathering of explorers or towns which can drown. And it targets a land that has no invaders. Guess what land never has invaders? But this one also seems nice. The problem is that it's not really doing anything other than letting me keep a power card. And if I target, obviously if I target Shadows Flicker like Flame with that, then both of us get to keep a power card. But which means that we can push off the reclaim route. But that's sacrificing 1 of your plays for that, which means that you're going to be... I keep thinking of the wrong places. You're getting something less. I feel like Lure of the Unknown is better. Lure of the Unknown can gather into the ocean, which seems really nice. I'm going to take that one. Now, what does that change in my decisions here? I can now use my power here to drown a town. I can also use it to gather a town from the other. And then the Dahan will kill the explorers in both of those jungles. So we're really solid on the jungles now then. We needed that water to do that. So let's put you there. Let's put you there. Both of those should be safe plays. We also need to push you. You're ravaging in the sands. You're building in the jungles. So this decision doesn't really matter. None of these are sacred sites yet, so I'll just put you... Although we've already gotten sands and jungle, so wetland is a little more likely. I guess it doesn't matter, though. We'll just do that. And then you can play. You can gather a town, and then this would be 3, 4, 5. You'd be able to defend, but that wouldn't help. We'll just take that blight, and we'll save it. Not that card, this card. Do you need that, though? If we have you... If we have you put a presence into the jungle there, then we'd be able to push the town from the jungle. Although it'd be a turn too late because the build will give them a city. Although you'd be able to replace the city with a town. Ha! I don't know. Your decision here. Power card and presence or energy and presence. If you take energy and presence, you'd probably be taking the energy route. Because you only have 2 card plays. Although if you're going the energy route, it's also a bit silly because... I mean, you're getting 2 energy from this. And even though you don't have 3 cards to play, next turn if you reclaim and gain a power card, you will have 3 cards to play. And then you could possibly do extra things with this. Are you going to get 2 moon and 1 fire? You will, so you can also gather in a holy site. What will that do for us? It's a fast action. We can't stop that town from building a city. It sounds like you're talking to an imaginary person playing Shadows. Yeah, so what are you gonna do, friend who's not playing? Yeah, I just kind of talk like that. It's not what I'm doing, it's what Shadows is doing, right? I'm speaking on Shadow's behalf. I'm the player, but Shadow is in charge. So what are you gonna do, Shadow? You're gonna... Because you need the energy in order to target this land with Concealing Shadows. If we want to play this card, we need energy there. So either we add a presence to get that extra energy, or we gain energy and add a presence that lets me take an extra thing. Nice way of denying responsibility for Shadow's performance. Yeah, we lost the game because Shadow wasn't that good of a spirit in this game. Darn. And if your 3 range presence is gonna go where? But we're gonna push you, I guess. We're gonna push you in that jungle, so I guess it's just gonna be, yeah, we'll just do it this way. That, play those cards, get that power. Let's just finish playing cards. So let's see, this is Gather and Explore, which isn't gonna stop a build. This is 1 fear and Dahan take no damage, and that's obviously targeting that. This is 1 fear, might as well do that. By the way, that gets us a fear card. Maybe something fun will happen from that. This is Gather an Explorer or a town. Let's go ahead and... I was gonna steal a town from over there. You're gonna steal a town from that. So you're gonna go ahead and stop a build on one of the 2 sides. Did that automatically give me energy? Is that what happened there? Yeah. It says that anytime you exchange health for energy, and I guess it does it automatically because there's presently no reason for you to hoard that energy, is what I'm assuming. I assume. I don't know. Okay, and then this one is gather, and that gather's not gonna help really, right? We don't want you building in there. That will take an energy to target that land. I'm just thinking that the next card's gonna say explore the mountain, which means they're gonna build in the mountain, but that's fine. Alright, fear card. Each player may push a Dahan from a land with invader or gather a Dahan into a land with invaders. Interesting. Well, I don't really want to... This Dahan is fine, he's gonna kill this explorer the next turn. You're gonna reclaim, you're gonna get your concealing shadows back. And that concealing shadows could mean that if we put Dahan in this jungle, that the Dahan would be able to kill the explorers. What were you gonna do with that, though? We're gonna replace a town with an explorer. But the problem is that we can't really... Or no, we were gonna push also with this card? Well, they're gonna build a city, right? But we can turn the city into a town, we can push a town, and then the Dahan could kill the town. But that would give us blight, because we can't defend that. Well, it's probably fine, although we'll lose that presence, though. I don't really know where the Dahan should be, honestly. Where would it make sense for Dahan to be? Ocean has a card that moves or drowns Dahan, right? Let's move Dahan away from the coast. I don't know, just to save the Dahan. And then I don't know. I guess the other consideration is that we could have the spirit, the shadows flicker like flame spirit, target a land with Dahan, so it might be better to have Dahan more spread out. Yeah, the card that saves them if drowned. This one, Tidal Boon. But you don't have to push the Dahan into the ocean. Although if you do, you can actually move them. Which allows you to move a Dahan from the mountain to the jungle, say. Or something else. Oh, and we're only targeting Dahan that are in land with invaders. I see. I see. Let's get a Dahan in this land. There we go. Or to the other coast. Oh, really? To any coastal land. You're right. They can transport. Oh, good. They're exploring the mountains like I thought they would. Alright, let's see. Replace a town with an explorer. Replace a city with a town. Push a town into Dahan from your lands. And this is another spirit. And drown a town. Well, drown a town's gonna happen there. Energy. But it's 1 a.m. and in no way do I have the brain power. Yeah, I actually started a Spirit Island game at like midnight and I realized 5 minutes in, I can't think about this. It's way too late to think about Spirit Island. It's a game that requires a lot of thinking. Or at least for now it requires a lot of thinking. I'm sure later it also requires a lot of thinking. But every decision takes like a lot of thinking. Like, what is the best use for this? You don't just play cards and do whatever. You're like trying to think about the consequences of your actions here. So this has to target you. And this is a town and 2 Dahan. I mean, really, I just feel like it's... Because what do you even have again? You don't have any other fast powers other than concealing shadows, but you don't have any Dahan in that land. So this is... I guess I could have gathered there. Should I have gathered there? I probably should have gathered there. Let's go back and gather there. Let's not, because I can't, because we've explored. Okay. That's fine. That jaunt's gonna happen. And... I feel like I just want to replace a city. Because cities are harder to kill anyway. And then we can push your thing. Let's not put this into the mountain, though. If I push you into this jungle and I do this thing on that, like, I'm screwed as far as this one is concerned, but I can at least kill that town, although there will be blight. Ugh, there will be blight still. Never mind, that's bad. That's bad. Alright. So I know that this guy is a reclaim guy. And is it minor or major? I feel like it's minor. We don't have that many cards. And major means you forget a power and it's also expensive cards anyway. So let's see. And what you're focusing on, I know we have the symbols down here, but I just have a much easier time looking over here. Moon, fire, and wind. Or air. What gives us moon, fire, and air? None of them do. This gives me fire and air. This gives me moon. This gives me fire. This gives me air. All right, now what about the actions? Destroy 1 explorer. You may instead destroy 1 town if you have 3 earth. Well, you're definitely not earth-based, so that's not gonna happen. Replace an explorer with a Dahan. With 2 moon, you may instead replace a town with a Dahan. I had this card last time I played with Shadows, and it's really good, I feel, with Shadows. Although you need to be... This only targets lands with Dahan, though, which is not going to help with the town situation we have in that jungle. It gives us a moon. We at least do want moons in some capacity. And you'll almost certainly have 2 moons. So you could instead replace a town with a Dahan. Target spirit gets +2 range with all their powers. Ocean is really happy with this. I will say I have 2 moons. Ocean is really happy with this because he could drown anything now. Target spirit gains 1 energy and an additional energy if the target spirit is not yourself, and if you have at least 2 holy sites, target spirit gains an additional energy. Yeah. However, the target land still has to be coastal, so actually that might not be too good. All of these are coastal cards. Coastal invaders, another. Yeah, never mind. That's not gonna happen because that's... Ah, darn! The game developer saw through this plan. It would allow me to gather in a land that is really hard for the ocean to reach, but that's not an issue right now. Okay, so that's actually not as useful as I thought. Destroying an explorer or replacing an explorer with a Dahan, but only in a land that has a Dahan in it. Well, you can gather Dahan. Dahan can outnumber the invaders. And then you can replace an invader with a Dahan. But you don't get fear for that. But you get Dahan, which can help defend the land a lot more easily. I'm inclined to go with Call of the Dahan Ways. Yeah, we'll just replace all the invaders with Dahan and we won't have to worry about it. I'm gonna take that one. Right, so the only land that's gonna get ravaged is that jungle, and I don't think we can really do anything about that, right? Although no, because you have the lure of the unknown that can gather a town. And that's within range 2 of what again? Range 2, just range 2, in a land without invaders. Actually, that's a bit hard to reach. Oh no, this would be a land without invaders. Although there would still be the blight for doing that. There's no invaders in that wetlands though. Yeah, in general, Ocean isn't going to be able to reach, so when it gains cards that target range 1 or whatever, I don't know. This is, oh no, that has invaders. That's not close enough. Yeah, you'd have to target this land for that to happen. This is range 1 coastal. We're not worried about that. You're gonna reclaim as well. You're also gonna gather a presence into each ocean. Yeah, you're gonna do that. And before we gather, let's take a power. Imagine if I had selected Ocean first with this, then we would have gotten the range 2 for her. Push up to 2 towns, defend 1. If target land is jungle or sand, defend 4. We haven't gotten many defends, and this is range 2 defend also. Which, by the way, range +2 would help with this. It wouldn't, or would it help with the jungle? Oh yeah, it is a jungle, never mind. Destroy 3 town, add 1 damage to each town and explore, or city, and add a blight. And with 3 suns, destroy a city. If target land has your presence, 1 fear and 1 damage. If target land is sands or wetlands, 1 damage. Let's see, so what symbols are we looking for? We're looking for moon, air, water, earth. Primarily water. The only water card is Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth. And the annoying thing about this is it has to be a target land with your presence on it, so it's... We could target a sand or a wetland that's not in the mainland just for 1 damage, but we would primarily be targeting things along our coast. Which we have 1 wetland and 1 sand, and 2 mountains and 2 jungles, so that's not the best. You also want moon and earth. Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth gives us earth. Or it gives us moon and it gives us earth. So actually this card gives us 3 of the elements that Ocean really wants. They're going to be building in the mountains the next turn. And I haven't really thought about how to really stop that. I mean, our plan to stop the blight in this turn was to push this. Oh, but that's not going to happen in any capacity. Because you could target that land, but that's not going to help. This has to be a land without invaders. The only neighbor that isn't invaders is the wetlands. Or sorry, it's the sands. Or the jungle. But that would still give a blight. I don't know, it feels like Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth is... It gives me these symbols I want, so I kind of want it just because of that. I have 2 card plays, and I innately have 1 moon and 1 water. That would get me to 2 fear if I played my leaf card, my air card, which I was planning on doing that. We have to gather. Well, this is forced. And I'll just pull from there because I don't need to be there right now. Gather an explorer, and you may gather another explorer. Oh, if I gather the explorer from this mountain, and then I gather into a land without invaders in the mountain to steal... Oh no, I can't because it's not an explorer. Or no, I can, it's a town. Okay, we can stop the blight that way. But it's not good because we're trying to stop ravaging and building. Okay, I feel like I just can't stop this jungle blight from happening. Sorry, Shadows, you're losing that presence. But we can nom on 2 invaders. No, we can't nom on 2 invaders. I can nom on 1 invader. I can nom on the 2 invaders, or the 2 explorers on the far right. Destroying my own sacred sites, then not being able to use them for cards that need sacred sites. My 1 loss was with Rampant Green. We would be able to drown. You'd be able to drown the explorer in the town in there, so we don't need this. Decisions! Analysis paralysis! I want that one. And building in the thing. Gathering Dahan. Well, if I do this... I can gather Dahan into that mountain. They might not outnumber them, though. But then I'd be able to replace the town with the Dahan. And then when they ravage, we won't get the blight. That takes up your 2 actions there. You don't get a gather action, though. Which isn't really going to make a difference in this land, really. It's within range 1 of thing. You could gather, I guess, into that to stop that build. It's fast, right? Because there's no Dahan in the mountains right there. So I would have to gather, but if I gather, I'm not going to have enough fear, or have enough Dahan. So the fear's not going to work. Target spirit may push an explorer and a town from one of their lands, and that can target the ocean here. If you gather the explorer in the mountain, then it drowns, and we don't have the build in that mountain. And if you target ocean after they build in this mountain, you'd be able to drown those. So many layers of like planning I have to work around. This also gives the drown, but so what we're gonna do all together at the end of the day, like we want, I don't know if I wanted that. I want to have 2 moons and 2 waters ultimately in any capacity. Or I guess it's not really a priority, but you know, fear's great. If I have 2 water and a mountain, I could drown a town. I innately have a water, so I just need 1 water, 1 earth. Which a variety of cards already grant me 1 water and 1 earth. Huh. Because the only place where you can use this power on is in this mountain place. Because this is range 0. It's also coastal. This also targets any land. But it would be best in a sand or wetland with your presence in it. Which there's only 1. Or there's actually not even any. Yeah. Or no, there's 1. It's this one. We'd be able to do 2 damage to the city. Is there a way I can do another damage to that city? No. Well, alright, so what we were gonna do was use this to drown the mountain on the right. What are we gonna do about the guys over there, though? We were gonna play a card to stop that, weren't we? Yeah, we're gonna play Mantle of Dread. So Mantle of Dread stops the earth on the far left. And now if you use Call of the Deeps... No, it can't work on Call of the Deeps. If you use Lure of the Unknown, no, that won't work either. Or no, well, that's because we're going to... If we gather the invader from the mountain into... No, we can't because there's no... This also gives us a fear now. Gather an invader, an explorer town. We were gonna use this on the far right, right? And then we were going to... What were we gonna do? I've confused myself officially at this point. You get an extra card play. We would probably want to gather Dahan in preparation of Dahan taking no damage from rampaging invaders. I think is the best plan there. This presence now is in danger. But you can gather a lot of Dahan into the earth, or into the mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they take no damage, then they would be able to kill everything if we just add 2. But it's not really gonna stop with... have we played all the cards? No, we haven't. Gather. You also get 1 more card play. I could call of the Dahan Ways. And that would actually allow me to get fear off of this. I could also use this on this land. Oh, if I still have an energy, I could use Call of the Dahan Ways on the mountain over here to turn that town into an explorer, or into a Dahan, and then one explorer will die when they rampage. Okay. And then over here, I could gather the Dahan, and then next turn stop them from taking damage, and that takes care of that. All right, we've solved the mountain problem. Ah, man. I'm not at the point yet where I'm planning 2 turns in advance. I'm still trying to deal with problems we have right now. All right, so this is what? Fear. So it doesn't really matter where this targets, it's just fear. And then this is gather into a place where isn't a thing. Oh, I guess this was part of the thing. Wasn't it? Ugh. What's happening here? Gather and explore. Where are we gonna target with that? I guess I could explore there, but what was I thinking here? Oh no, I guess we were going to play a different card with you, weren't we? We were going to play Swallow the Land Dwellers with you. That's why I'm confused. So let's... Okay, that still gives me the same power, so it doesn't change anything. You got a problem, yo, you'll solve it. Check out the mountain while the shadows dissolve it. Oh, are we just talking about that's what team play is like? People can see what's happening a lot more easily. Blight, blight, baby. I mean, we're getting blight, but not on places where there's already blight. You can't target the ocean with that. You're gathering, what were you gonna gather there for? You're just making weird songs, okay. I'm just gonna sit here and, I'm just really confused now about what I was thinking with ocean. Maybe I thought a slow power was fast. Maybe that's what I'm getting confused on. Maybe I was thinking I could drown the explorer here. If I gather an explorer into a land with Dahan, then they will kill the Dahan, or they will kill the explorer. But I was planning on using this on this mountain. And I would want that town for that, I think. So I'm not worried about the build here, so I don't need to use this to steal that guy. I could steal this guy, though. And by that, I mean... this guy. Wait, no, I'm confused. No, okay, I'm just doing this wrong. Target this guy, okay. I thought I screwed up. Now they're not gonna build in that mountain, which I think was what I was originally going to have them do, but is that a big deal? I don't know. I've gotten 20 layers deep into a strategy and I don't even remember what it was. I can now gather this into a land with no explorers. This is gather an explorer or a town, so this isn't gonna work. Why is this? It should target this land. I don't know why it's not. Or is it? Oh, it is. It just doesn't look like it. Building in the mountains. See, the problem with this is that we were going to have this explorer build a town that I could drown. But would it be better for me to drown something else? If I drown an explorer in a town in the sands to the east, is that better or worse? It's fewer things in total, right? And there's also, well, there's a blight in both of those places, so it's not really better or worse. I don't know. I keep changing my mind as to what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna steal this guy. Alright. Whatever. 20 years later, I finally am at the ravage that I've been waiting for. Can't open this. Coastal lands. Sometimes you just have to say whatever. Yeah, after a certain while, it just gets to be so, I get to be so tired of trying to remember what my optimal plan was, or questioning whether I even had an optimal plan, that I just have to move on and get new information that will change the scope of the board. Alright. So let's go and drown. Let's not do it that way. Because I have to, oh right, that's why I have to be on the land. Okay, I keep forgetting that. I keep thinking this is gather. It's not gather, it's drown. So I screwed that up. That was part of the screw up, but I can still kind of do a part of what I was going to do there. This is also on a land that you're on, so this isn't gonna have much effect. All right, so I screwed that pooch. We need to spend the energy to target this, to change that town, and then we can gather into this land. They're ravaging in mountains. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter which three. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want them to outnumber, so we need many. And we didn't get many because we only got 5. Okay, never mind. So let's not do that many then. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 4 in that land. And then this is, you may push a town and an explorer from one of your lands. Any spirit. Which... there's not really a land that makes sense here. The Hanways is just so nice. Full stop. I'm gonna take back the favors and I'll push out of the mountain. Then when I use favors called due, I only need the 4. And now we outnumber. Yay! Alright, now we have a fear card. Alright, so you're playing that. You'll probably play that. That gives you 2 moons and a fire, so you'll have the Gather and Explorer. You probably want to gain a power card and add a presence. And when you add the presence, that will give you more energy. I guess that's the problem now, is that you don't have energy. You, Ocean, we need you to go into the mainland. They're ravaging in the mountains. We have this mountain covered, although we're gonna have blight. Unless we can defend? But that's too far away for Ocean to reach. You're probably just gonna take this route, Ocean. You are gonna take this route, Ocean. Because you need to get it more into the mainland. They're building in the coastal lands. You can take care of most of the coastal lands with Call of the Deeps. That's nice. And you can do 2 damage into this wetlands to deal with the town that's there, I guess. So yeah, let's gain the power card. Let's make it a minor. Let's see, what gives us what we want? There are no waters here. There are no mountains here. There's 3 moons here. And there's 3 airs here. Okay. Alright, and then these are all any lands. We have a blight removal. We have a blight adder. Push and explore or 2 fear. Well, that one would give you a moon and an air, which would help with getting you to the tier 2 of your fast power, but that's not really going to be too helpful. You're going to gain a presence. You're going to get an energy probably because we really want to get more of your symbols here. The extra card play is not really going to make a difference. That's a great draw for Shadow. Yeah, a lot of these aren't really good for Ocean. Yeah, imagine if we could give Shadow the Land of Haunts and Embers, then he would be able to charge up his main power frequently. If target land is mountain or jungle, push and explore, and a city and a town. That's not going to make a difference right now. The coastal or the wetlands is what we really want to focus on. 1 damage per blight. Two fear and push 2 explorers or towns and add a blight. It's not gonna stop the city that's there. Push and explore or 2 fear. Yeah, imagine if I had selected gain a power card on Shadow first. This would be a much nicer decision. Within range 1 of a holy site. What holy sites do we have? We only have it in the East Ocean. And it's 1 damage per blight. I don't feel like Purifying Flame is going to be that helpful for me. 2 fear and maybe push and explore and a town, but range 0. Well, at best, that's a coastal land, and it can push the explorer and the town into the water. But only on the mountains and jungles, which actually 4 of the 6 lands are mountains and jungles. Push and explore, but it's fast. So wherever they explore the previous turn, we could even maybe push it out of that land, but I don't know. I mean, like, pushing or gathering is better for ocean, because then you could drown. I don't know, maybe Shadows of the Burning Forest is fine, even though it's not giving me the symbols I want. But none of these cards really give me the symbols I want. The best would be Delusions of Grandeur. Shadows gives me fear, though. And I could drown a town, which gives fear as well. So maybe I'm gonna go with Shadows then. And I want to get to these symbols. Do I want more cards? No, I can't get more cards. And this is, where am I? Add a presence to coastal land and push a presence from each ocean. Okay. Let's just have you go there. Let's have you go there. And let's have you go there. Spread. I mean, I guess I should undo those decisions, because if we want you to gain a power card, then we might as well figure out where your presences are going to go after that fact. That's fine. So, can we have you choose to gain a power card at the same time, and then we can make a more informed decision? I guess so. Do we want you to gain a power card? The problem is you might not have the energy to play it, but if it's an energy 0, that's fine. And if you gain a presence, we could have you... Well, if you gain... You would have to gain the energy from your presence anyway. But if you... I'm not doing doing good with energy here. What are we going to do here? 1 fear, range 0. Yeah, so you're going to do that in the mountain, and that's fine. Range 0, any 2 fear, and replace a town with an explorer. And that's building in coastal lands. You don't have anything in the coastal lands right now. I don't know. You might want to be able to target a land with Dahan with that. Maybe. Don't want you to just reclaim, but then you won't have the energy still. You would have 0 energy. You have 0 energy. We need you to gain presence to gain energy. Maybe we'll just have you take the gain energy route and add a presence, because it's unlikely you would be able to get a power card that's energy 0 that's helpful. Yeah, we'll just do that. Alright, where are we gonna put you? You can go almost anywhere. Building coastal lands. Do we need you to be in a coastal land for reasons? You can replace a city with a town after they build in there, which is going to be another town. I'm gonna put you there. We need to figure out what we're gonna do there, because there's a blight there. Why is that not... Did I already add that? Or is it... Oh, because you have the power card decision here. Right. We want that... Okay, that makes sense then. I don't remember what I did with you. I was doing spread. That's what I was gonna do. I keep wanting to click and drag a presence instead of click and click. Maybe that's feedback. And that gives you a gather. We can have you gather off of the mountains and the jungle on the east to stop those builds. Defend 4 isn't going to make a difference. It's not going to help. Shadow. Mountain or jungle, push 1 explorer and 1 town. I guess we were thinking of doing that to deal with one of them. That would help with some of the things happening in that wetlands. You could push a town and 2 Dahan. Mountain jungle, push, push. Again, I'm going slow because I'm trying to think about the most effective thing I can do and it's not working. All right, so where are you at? You can get 2 fear and you can drown a town in a land that you're in. Should we have added you into the desert to help with that? Maybe that's what I want to do with your presence. So whatever I just did, let's put you there. So now the range 0s. I really should have just been thinking about this. I can't do that. But I could do more damage in the East Sands with this. Can you get 3 water and 2 land? You can. Is that the only way to do that? Yeah, those are your only land cards. Okay. What now? I think we were going to originally do this. I probably still want to do that because we still have lands that need that, so maybe we're not going to drown the city then. Okay. What was the cards I was going to play originally? Oh, not that card. That's why I'm getting confused. Alright, let's just do it. I'm doing it. Spending 15 years again. Alright, that has to happen there. Gather. Fear. Gather, gather. That's a gather. You could target a land with Dahan with this. And that would stop the build in the jungle. Although that's not going to be better. When I bring up Shadows panel on my place, yeah, it does, because it's just the screen flashing orange. Because it's that's funny. Because now I'm taking a look at it. This Dahan was going to kill that explorer. This Dahan was going to kill that explorer. So I don't know why I'm so bad at this game. Let's take it back to. Can we put all the cards back in hand someday? It's what's bad about these putting back in hand things is that Adds to the undo. There we go. All right, so Explorer is dead. Explorer is dead. We only have one Explorer in that mountain. I am undefeated on stream. This is my second game on stream. All right. So do I want to deal with that, or could I actually do what I was going to think about doing and then just change my mind on because I thought I needed to do more things, but I don't actually need to do more things? That deals with that mountain. Okay. Then, I mean, the wetlands on the west, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to stop that. But that's, I mean, I could defend, but I'm not going to be able to, or maybe I can if I am able to do that, maybe, I don't know. So what does that put us? We need, I wish you could see it more easily on this, because I have a really hard time deciphering the symbols on this. This is feedback, by the way, that maybe I should point out. I have a really hard time deciphering what symbols I still need on these small panels here. I would still need air and water, or water and mountain. Water and mountain would let me drown a town as a slow power, right? Which either helps in the jungle, in the sands. The sands are the bigger priority, though. So I need the, so I need one of these two things again. And this also gives me damage. Okay. So that decides that. You want me to send the feedback into form? All right. On the we call that the summary panel. All right, I have an email, but I usually email through Chrome, so I have to hit submit without email, because I don't, when it tries to open up my email client, it either does nothing or it opens up Chrome but doesn't send me to Gmail to submit with email. So you'll just have feedback without email. But you can know that this feedback was from me, John, so you could email me personally. Can I also send a suggestion? I wish that this thing, I wish that it wouldn't have to require an email program. No, that's fine. I don't care about that. That's not important. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're just gonna go with that. So Explorer there and Explorer here. The Explorers in the jungles are dead. The Explorer in the mountains, we're going to, push with Shadows of the Burning Forest, because we have a presence there. The system that lets us get good diagnostic info does not have email. That's fine. You have the email button to connect it with your system that does have email if possible. Oh, I see. So it's pulling up the email program. So you're doing this to always get diagnostic information, but optionally having email allows you to send email to us. Okay. So you get the diagnostic information from the feedback regardless of whether I attach my email to it. The email is just that you can get back to me. Okay. I mean, I totally appreciate all of the work and care that you put into these systems. Definitely one of the few companies that I've played games with that I feel they actually listen to feedback instead of just doing whatever makes money. So you need to do that. We're still doing that. Gathering. Maybe we should make money. What gather makes sense? Ravaging mountains. Oh, they're not ravaging in... don't make me have to undo again, because I forgot that they're not ravaging in the coastal lands yet. I was thinking the Dahan are gonna kill the explorers, but they're not, because it's not coastal land ravage yet. All right, so we'll pick this game up next week. Welcome to part 1 of the two-part Spirit Island game. Why am I having such a hard time with this? I also have a fear card that I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, well, I can still use this to gather something. This has to be in a land 1 range away from a holy site or a land with Dahan. I mean, I've played a couple games with 2 spirits and it was fine. I think it's more that ocean is what's troubling me more than anything. I think I just want to move... but we were going to push that one anyway, weren't we? Let's take this land and move this explorer, so we have 1 less thing to worry about. Alright, and then the fear, push an explorer into a land with more towns and cities than the land it came from. Okay. Well, that means I could take this explorer, but it has to go into this land. Oh, no, I have to hit that, and then I have to target a land. And yeah, it only targets the one. It doesn't automatically push it. That at least stops that build. Okay, and then this, I mean... this has to be in a mountain or a jungle anyway, so it doesn't really help to push this explorer. We want that explorer to stay there. I guess it's where do I expect them to explore next, but that's not going to matter because the explorers don't determine where they explore anyway. And there, yeah, it has to go in a land where there's more cities or towns. I'm just gonna skip this one. I don't know where to put it, so I'm just gonna let it happen. It's fine. All right, wetlands. Go figure. Okay, now let's deal with the current problems that we've had. All right, we are going to push you. Yeah, now we just need no cities and no towns. We're going to do damage and stuff here. But before I do that, we can replace a city with a town. And then you can do 2 damage to that town. That might be a bit better because cities are hard to deal with anyway. damage, damage. And then you can drown a town. All right. You're definitely reclaiming. I think it's still a minor. If target land is explorers, push all explorers, otherwise remove a blight. If target land is jungler or wetlands, 1 feared, 1 damage. If you have 3 animal, 1 damage. Target spirit gains a minor power, or 1 damage per Dahan, or gather up to 3 Dahan. Well, that spirit might like, or shadow guy might like. Shadows flicker like flame. You want moons, you want fires, you want winds. Moons, fires, winds. There's no winds. There's 2 fires. And what was the other one? Moons? There's 1 moon. No overlap of those. Okay. All of these are slows. Defend 4. So you'll be able to defend the East Coast. All right. So Grasping Tide is what it's going to play. If you get 2 presences, Earth and Water. If you get Earth and Water, you automatically have Drown an Explorer forever. Or Drown a town forever. That's interesting. But I could save this if I push if I gather a presence into each ocean. I could save that wetlands. But your defend 4 is going to help this sands here. Is there anything else you would like? It turns your innates on forever. Yeah, I guess I could also, with 1 air, be able to have the fear constantly as well. And actually, yeah, with the 2 water and 1 earth permanently, I'd be able to have 2 more water and 2 more earth to drown a city or a town, and also drown a city or a town. So the guys on the coast are just doomed. The annoying thing, though, is that if they rampage in this wetlands and they get a blight there, they're gonna build in the wetlands. They're gonna make it harder to destroy the next turn anyway. I can't really stop that too much, though. I can gather a town into the ocean. That's cool. I mean, I already knew that. I could gather an explorer and a town. And then there's only a city and a guy there. Dahan, take no damage. I mean, there's no Dahan of note. I have no idea what these arrows are doing, because it's... Mantle of Dread is over here. Favors called due. Crops wither and fade. Call of the Dahan ways. The arrows don't line up with where the cards are there. See, I could leave feedback on that, but I also fear that that feedback's been left a bajillion times. Report a bug? Alright, I'll do it then. Would you rather have duplicate feedbacks, or would you rather not have a bajillion feedbacks that everyone has reported? That's... Actually not? Okay. I hit Windows U. Or was it actually that? Let's cut that in case I need to do it. Was I looking at there? No, I was looking at... Or no, I was looking at Favors Call to. Right took me to Mantle of Dread. Okay. So I get that there. All right. I will submit that. I just like to be able to show off my typing speed. Uh-oh, feedback could not be sent. Well, last time it said that it actually went through, right? I'm just going to pretend it went through. Or migrant people, just make a note later. All right, I tried. Yeah, we actually still have a decision here that I've neglected entirely. I guess I was thinking about what is Ocean going to do, and I forgot that I was still at this point. Right, they're building in the wetlands. Savage Maw Beasts and Favors Called Due and Crops Wither and Fade would give me the 3 animals to make this deal an additional damage. Is it worth all that effort to deal 1 additional damage? You'd be able to gather Dahan. Or no, you have to play this. No, you're not playing that. You're playing... Wait, where... This one. You're playing that. That's happening for sure. I think we were thinking of reclaiming so that you could lure the unknown to gather a town into the ocean. I think that's what we're gonna do. This also lets you gain a card. Let's gain that card first. Do you want a major? You could afford a major. You have a bajillion energy now. Is there a card that you are okay with losing? Arrows are not pointing in the right direction again. John would take a major. Okay, I'll take a major. Oh look, you can actually click here. Nice. All right, so water and earth are the best. We have none of those. Wind, we have none of those. Okay. 4 damage, remove a blight, and if you have 4 water, 10 damage. Oh, we weren't going to do that option, though, because we were going to have you gain 2... we screwed up, and now I can't undo. I was going to add 2 presences in order to get earth and water. Now I don't have earth and water, and I can't undo. Dang it! I forgot what I was doing because I got distracted. Okay. Well, we're not going to get you to 4 water, because you only have 2 card plays. But that is still a really good card for Ocean to have. The problem is it's a slow power, and we are going to have the Ravage in the wetlands happen before that. Or maybe we weren't. Maybe we're just going to move... I don't know what I was doing anymore. It's fine. I don't remember what it was. It's fine. Destroy all explorers in all towns. Destroy all Dahan. If you have 2 moon and 3 plant. Destroy 1 city, do not destroy any Dahan. But it's in range 1 of a jungle, which you have a thing in, which is currently only the southwest jungle. Destroys all Dahan. Well, there's no Dahan in that land. But you don't have enough plants to be able to support that. Target spirit places 2 of their destroyed presence into a single land, up to 2 from your presence. If any presence was returned, 2 damage to each city and town in that land. 3 fire, 3 earth, 2 plant, plus 4 damage. 6 damage to each city and town. Okay. I mean, Sweden 4 would, or maybe it was Sweden 3, would actually be really good in that regard. And it's 2 of their destroyed presence, which, well, we have lost quite a bit of presence here. Can you get 3 fire, 3 earth? You actually have, I mean, this counts all of this, so it's really 2, 2, and 1 otherwise, and you do have some of those, actually. Interesting. Dissolve the bonds of kinship. Replace 1 city with 2 explorers. Replace 1 town with 1 explorer. Replace 1 Dahan with 1 explorer. Push all explorers from target land to as many different lands as possible. If you have 2 fire, 2 water, and 3 animal, before pushing explorers in cities, towns, do damage to each other. Huh. Alright, I like these cards. They're really good. Maybe this is what this game's been lacking, our major powers, because I've been procrastinating on getting those. I mean, you have the water innately. You don't have animals. So we're not going to get the damage to each other. And the pushing to as many lands as possible means that it's not necessarily all going to go to the ocean, but this gets rid of cities and towns. Well, the one that seemed like Blazing Renewal was really good. Cleansing Floods was really good. I could use Cleansing Floods this round, even though... Or no, I'll lose my presence in the wetlands, so I can't do that. That's actually really annoying. Except, no, oceans count as coastal wetlands. So by oceans are wetlands, yeah. So I could use the 4 damage remove a blight after they rampage in that land and I get a blight there. I could do 4 damage this round, and then next round when I actually play smartly, although I won't actually know because I won't be able to reclaim the card. If I add, like if I want to get that water, then I won't have the plague. Can I get this? I would need to play 3 earth. Or 2 more earths, but also 2 more fires. I can't actually do the +4 damage. Yeah, Cleansing Floods is it. So we're gonna forget for Cleansing Floods. It's really tough to use Swallow the Land Dwellers because we have to be in the place where the build happens, and we're not going to be able to use that right now. Although it's a water and earth and stuff, which is really good. Okay, that helps. Shadows of the Burning Forest is primarily mountains and jungle, and it doesn't provide water or earth. So that one's probably fine. Yeah, I'm gonna forget that one. Okay, you're still gaining up card, by the way. Building and wetlands. We still have a lot of wetlands on the board that are gonna have stuff happening. But these are all slows. 1 damage per Dahan. We don't really have a place where there's good Dahan placement because we just moved a bunch of Dahan into a bad place. But I feel like the card that synergizes the best is called a Bloodshed, right? Because if we're adding Dahan and we're doing stuff with Dahan, we might as well do more stuff with Dahan. All right, so, oh, and we're gathering. You need to move. One of these need to move. Let's move that one. All right, now card plays. Welcome to the part of the game where we play cards. Yeah, I think I want that to remove the blight, because then also do the damage, because we need to worry about the fact that they're gonna rampage the next round as well as this round. You can still drown this, yeah. So after we defend there, but you need to be able to defend, and that's your other card. Okay. The unfortunate part of this is that we don't get drowning of a town. So how much does that matter? This drowns a town and an explorer. This drowns a town, but we already have a drown. We already have a drown town from our thing, so maybe not that as much. I'm annoyed that I only have 2 card plays. What about you? Target spirit may push 1 town and 1 explorer from one of their lands. That also works well with getting rid of the sands. This has to be in a land with Dahan. Do this, do this. This turns a town into a Dahan. Moon or fire. So you'd have to play one of these cards. If we get another fire, we can destroy 2 explorers. If we can get a fire and a moon, which is only done with that one. So let's replace that for a second, just to see. So with 3 cards, you can't get 4 moons, so you're not going to be able to do 3 damage. You can destroy 2 explorers. You can gather 1 explorer. The gather is forced. This also generates fear, so that's really good. Gather Dahan. Replace town with explorer. 2 fear and can push. We need that defend. Do we need this drown at this point? You can use any other one that gives... It just has to be mountain. Well, all of them are water mountain. This will do 2 damage. So 2 damage. Push a town and an explorer. Replace a town and an explorer. But this could... Any of these can target a land that has Dahan in it. Which, really, there's nothing that will have that. I'm just gonna go with this. I'm at the point where I just want to finish this game. I'm spending way too much time on this. Trying to min-max. I wish that this gather wasn't forced. Okay, we have 2 fear cards, by the way. That should make this help a lot. Remove 1 town and explorer, 1 town or explorer from a coastal land. Well, the land that we're most worried about is the wetlands on the far left, so we'll get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan. Invaders take 1 damage per Dahan there. Well, this gets rid of that explorer, and that's really good, because that will stop that build. This has no invaders. This has an invader. No invaders, no invaders, no invaders, no invaders, no invaders. So it has to be this land. All right. Yay, fear cards! Exploring Sands. Let's just keep getting fear and get a fear victory instead of trying to take out everything, because that's being really difficult. The only means of drowning right now is on the sands. Gather Dahan, and if invaders outnumber them, fear. You unlocked it, so you have to use it a lot, indeed. I have 25,000 points. Handelabras? Is that what they're called? That's funny. So how do we want to do this? Land with Dahans. All of them have only explorers. It has your presence, 1 fear and 1 damage. If it's sand or wetlands, 1 damage. Drown a thing. I feel like I just want to drown that. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't think I can really use Crops Wither and Fade to do anything. So I'll just target a land to get fear. Mantle of Dread gives fear. Target spirit can maybe push a explorer and town from their lands. All of us don't have anything in our lands other than the sands to the east, so it doesn't matter who does this. Can I not push you into the ocean? Oh, I have to click. Then I can push you in the ocean. All right. You've been exploring every land of that type. Have I played with Hello Spirits yet? I've not played with one of them. This is the second to last one that I haven't played with yet. The other one is the one that is fear-based. I don't remember what his name is. I can just get rid of those guys. That's... I guess theoretically I should be doing it on the west, though. I don't know. They're building in the sands. We got rid of the sands. That's good enough for me. Bringer of dreams and nightmares, yes. How do we want to gather you guys? There's nothing there. And those guys are empty, and they're building in the sands. I'll gather these guys. That gets us a fear card. All right. All right, what are we going to do with the ocean? Presence, energy. That would give you the water. Can we do anything to stop the blight cascade there? I don't really think so. But we would be able to, once we have the 4 water, to be able to wipe the wetlands entirely. And we really just need the water for that. We would also, like, we could get 3 card plays, but we would... Yeah, no, I think that for you it's going to be add presence into oceans. As long as... This is range 1 of wetlands, right? Yeah, so ocean will work. Instead of destroying, he pushes them into ocean's hungry mouth. Fair enough. Damage per Dahan. You have 1+1 energy. You only get presence 1 at a time. That's what makes this rough. If I get you... If I have you gain a power card and we see what it is first, then we can decide whether we want that extra energy. Yeah. So let's grab a minor power because you still can't really do much. Defend 5. Okay, what do you need? You need moon, fire, and wind. There's no fires. There's 1 wind. And there's 1 moon. Each Dahan deals damage to a different invader, or push up to 3 Dahan. Didn't we just see a card just like that? Is that my first defend card? No, it's not. Ocean has 1 defend card. Defend 2 in every land where target spirit has presence. I mean, you still only have 3 plays. Even if you take the spirit token there, because that's, or the presence there, because you're still only gonna have 3 plays. So 3 moons and 2 fires, but you can't get that. At best, you can do 1 fire, so we're not gonna be able to get to that level. These are fast powers. If we want to use them, ravaging in the wetlands, but all of these don't have. Oh boy, there's just we're not gonna be able to deal with all the blights at a certain point. We're gonna survive. We'll have 1 blight left on my card. Here's a card that removes Blight, but we don't necessarily have the water to support that. In fact, we don't have the water to support that, so that doesn't work. Defend 2 in every land where target spirit has presence. Don't you have a card, Ocean, that removes Blight? Or did we not go that route? Oh, we do. Hey, by the way, we do have a card that removes Blight. It's Cleansing Floods. Well, you're not going to use that, right? Because there's no land. I mean, I guess you could use it just for the fear, but there's no land that has Dahan and Invaders. You would like to save it for the sands down there. Replace an Explorer with a Dahan, well, or replace a town with a Dahan if you have 2 moons. You can get the 2 moons if you have this card, and actually that would allow you to have each Dahan deal 1 damage to a different invader, which there'll actually be an Explorer, a town, and a city, and then we can replace a town with a Dahan. It's a hard game. Loot just makes it look easy. Oh, okay, no. Call it the Dahan Ways and call it the Bloodshed. Okay, this Sands is fine. This Sands is fine. You know, the fact that I won my first game, you're very demoralized? Hey, this is a hard game. I have a hard time right now. Like, I feel like I'm overwhelmed right now, and I'm just like flying by the seat of my pants, trying to avoid losing the game. And I'm also spending 15 million years deciding what to do, so it's not really ideal. If you play this card, but then if you play, you have another moon, right? You have that moon. Yeah, so these 2 moons and this fire allows you also to gather an Explorer, which would, and that's range 1 of a holy site. Okay, so you'd be able to move this Explorer away, so we stop that build. Okay. I feel like we're onto something here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna eschew the defend route. Energy would be nice, so we're gonna take energy. This is range 1, and I'm really annoyed at how little presence you have, so let's see how far we can push you. Let's get you here to try to have you help in this land in some capacity. You're avoiding losing, so you're also avoiding running out of time. All right, so that gives me these cards, which gives me the Gather, and all right. And that gives me 1 energy still, in case I need that. Okay, add presence, gain an energy. Well, you don't really need that, but you do want the water, which means you need to add 2 presences. Because I've been neglecting the card play route, and the card play route would also help me get to the water, but I'm already not doing that. Would the card play be better though than Earth and Water? Because card play could give me a card that has Earth and Water, but also does something else. I mean, we're playing that for sure. What were we gonna do with this Explorer again? Regathering him just to get rid of him? I guess so. Card plays, baby. Gotta spend. All right. That's not gonna work. Except if I want to be able to instead drown a city, but you're not actually... We don't have you situated anywhere where that would help, actually. We really need you to add a presence to a coastal land. We'll do that next round. That would steal from the wetlands. You could also play that instead. But this would take a town. And then next turn, you could do the thing. Oh, this is actually terrible right here. Do we want to gather this explorer to stop that build so it doesn't get the blight? I think so. Oh, right, I need to have the water for the 14 damage. Oh, no, I do. Oh, but I didn't. But now I do. But yeah, I have to stop this build from happening because when they ravage in that next turn that I wouldn't be able to do anything about, we would have cascading blight and it would be bad. Do I need the 14 damage? That's a fair point. Do I need the 14 damage? Well, okay, well this ravage is gonna happen, right? So I can gather that explorer and then we can cleanse the lands of everything after drowning one of them for the energy. I think that's fine. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna... Oh, Nikes, I can't do that. Ah! Why? Cards! I keep thinking this means something else! I could still kind of do it if I Lure of the Unknown, but then we don't get the 10 damage. Do I need the 10 damage? They're gonna ravage, but do I really need... I mean, we're gonna drown one. We're gonna drown the town, then there's a city and 2 explorers, and explorers don't do anything. Okay, that's probably fine then. Go ahead and stop that from happening in the jungle, or the sands. And this really doesn't have to be there, does it? It could go into the Dahan land. It could go into the jungle. And maybe I'd be able to drown it? Well, I guess that's equivalent to where it was in the mountains, but yeah, coast is definitely better. Fear. And then it's your turn. Gather one. You need to move from out of there. Yeah, I know, they're both coasts. Yes, I know. We want you in a land with Dahan, if possible. Each Dahan deals damage to a different invader. Oh yeah, and that's really... No, they're still gonna... Oh, shoot. Were we gonna use this card? Yeah, we were gonna use that card, weren't we? Or weren't we? Or were we? Or should we? Ah! Let's go back again! Whee! I don't know what I'm doing here. We're back at things, yeah. So let's get rid of that. Let's do that. That. Actually, I guess we were gonna keep that. What am I doing here? Do I care about what's happening there? I think I was thinking this was a fast when I was originally setting this up. But is that a big deal? Do I care if a Dahan dies? Not really, do I? I mean, we're getting Blight here. We're getting Cascading Blight there. No, they're not ravaging! Ah, Mark! You did this again. You're confusing the build with the Ravage. Okay. Dahan are replaceable, yeah. I was more worried about the Blight, though. It's 9:30, by the way. Defend 6 in all coastal lands. Hey! That helps a lot! We did it! We got to defend 6 in a coastal land! Oy vey. I guess the next thing I need to figure out is how far away am I from the level 3 victory. Do I need to draw this card or do I just reveal the card? Okay, what are we doing? 1 damage per Dahan or gather up to 3 Dahan. Replace a town with a Dahan. And then that takes out that city. Yeah. Which automatically took 1 damage. Sure. Once it's revealed, it's in effect. Okay, so we can just get rid of the cities. That is really good. Drown the town. Oh, I can't. Ah, range 0. Why? Okay, that has to target this spirit. And you can push. What are you pushing? Town and up to 2 Dahan. From any of your lands. Your lands has only 1 town. It doesn't really matter that it's there. We don't want you going to a certain place. What can we do to get fear? These cards. These cards get us fear. But we have to destroy the cities for that to happen. Let's see. Building in mountains. Ravaging in sands. Well, the sands are all empty. We're not going to have a ravage next round. That's really nice. I'm going to move you to the where there's Dahan and a sacred site. Push it towards a coast, probably your own. I can't really do that. Unfortunately, this is central land. Your lands don't have anything. You mean in that direction? Well, it's kind of in that direction. Stupid range 0 is annoying me. Because it does nothing. But definitely that. Take out city. Take out explorer. I was going to take out a town, but I can't. All right, there we go. Destroy the city. If only there was a card that gave +2 range. Yeah, if only. All right, destroy the last city, we win the game. So how can we destroy that city? Range 1 of wetland that you have, that's not going to be in your range. Yeah, you're not going to be able to deal that damage. Can you deal that damage? Or can you just replace the city with a town? That would be easy. But they're going to build in the mountains. Are there any... We have no towns in mountains. Okay, so all we have to do is replace the city with the town and we win. This however, is range 0, so it can't automatically be done unless you get Dahan in that land, or you get you add a presence, but in doing so, you're not going to get the card back. So can we get Dahan there? Yes, gather up to 4 Dahan. So reclaim, gain a card. Is there a card that does it for us? Gather up to 2 Dahan, but that's range 0. Push a Dahan out of a land of Dahan within range 1. Remember to save 1 energy for the special rule. Yes, you're right. I do need that. Range 1 Dahan. Yeah, that would... Well, first off, is there any cards that's moon, fire, and wind? Or air? The answer is no, there's no fire cards. Probably Call to Isolation, because that's 0 energy, and it also pushes Dahan. Not that I need it. But it's something. And then with that, you're then going to... You need 2 moons. Well, most of your cards are moons anyway, but you need that energy. But you're gonna have that energy. Do we care about what the other one is? Oh yeah, replace. That was not the card I wanted anyway. I don't know what I was thinking. I need this card. So then it doesn't matter what else I do then. Right? I might as well just finish. Like, let's not draw this out like I did last time. Let's just finish it. It's long enough. Just double check. The ravage that happens in the sands, there's no ravage. The building that happens in the mountains, it's going to be 4 towns that get built. The explorer is a tier 3 explorer, but regardless of what it is, it's just going to add explorers. So this pushes a Dahan from either the mountains or the sands into the wetlands, and then I can replace the city with the town. It's range 0, but your special ability, I can pay an energy to target a land with Dahan. So then it doesn't matter what I do at this point here. So it's GG at this point. Let's just have Ocean do something to look cool. Let's have you go into that wetland that you've wanted. Let's add a major power here. Dahan have +4 health while in target land. Whenever Blight would be added to target land, instead leave it on the card. Oh man. Oh man, that's such a good card. I mean, I guess that's what major powers are really good cards. You may push up to 2 Dahan, and Lance, you push Dahan to 2 damage for Dahan. We can't do that though. Oh well. There's actually no water on here, that's annoying. You're already gonna get to that tier 2 there. You're gonna get to that tier 2 there. Can Ocean win the game in the fast phase? Well, the target land doesn't give me... I mean, you can only target, I guess, what? There's lands on the east. You could target the jungle and get a fear. But that's not gonna really do anything. No. Yeah, if I had the threshold, it would, but I can't. 3 moons and 3 mountains, but that's slow. Or I keep saying mountains, they're actually earths. But I mean, I think that would be cool. All right, so let's just do that. Let's get rid of, I never really liked pull beneath the hungry earth. Gotta push into the coast. Do we have anything that cares about holy sites or sacred sites? No. All right. Oh, you also gotta push. It's push from both, right? Okay. Yay! You have one more card play. Remember I said I might as well just finish? I'm like wanting to draw this out again. I'll play that anyway. Yeah. Can actually minimize some of the impact here. Gather and explore. Building in mountains. Ravaging in sands. I have 4 energy, so I could still use this to kill that explorer. I can push. This is in a land with Dahan. Push 1 explorer per Dahan. I could do that. Actually, let's. Oh no, it has to be in a land with Dahan. Okay. Do this. Just move them out of there. Minimize the builds. Gather explorers into the ocean. They're building in the mountains. Let's kill the guy there. Yes. And then this is just fear. The fear card says, in each land, defend 2 per Dahan. That's a lot of defense. Building the mountains. Only building that thing. Exploring in mountains and wetlands. Oh no! The tier 3. Oh, did I need call to isolation to win? Oh. Uh-oh. Forgot that key detail. I got cocky, but Ocean still has it. Yeah. Well, yeah, we could still target this area, right? And then there's 5 damage. Yeah, so we got it. I got cocky. I forgot the key part of the plan that we were working towards. Okay. I did need the Dahan there. I totally forgot that key part of the strategy. I was like, oh, hey, let's just keep pushing the explorers around. Jeez. All right, show details. I got a score of 21. How does the scoring system work? I think it says it in the manual. Where's my manual? I keep pulling it in and out of this that I keep forgetting where I put it. Oh, it's over there. You can actually see it in my webcam. It's actually this thing over here. There's a tooltip that is disabled if your username is Dolphin. I'm sure it says it somewhere in here. I hit the screenshot button accidentally. It's near the back. Scoring. Victory. Score 5 times difficulty, plus 10 bonus for winning, plus 2 per invader card remaining in the deck. victory or defeat, +1 per X living Dahan, and -1 per X blight on the island, where X is the number of players in the game. So how many Dahan do we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Actually, am I looking at the wrong things? That's 2 there, 3, 4, 5, 6. The defend symbols and the Dahan symbols look similar here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Dahan, so that's +5 there. The blight, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 3 there, so it's 2 points down, right? 5 minus 3 is 2. And we got 10 for winning, that's 22. And I don't know what I'm missing. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're still on difficulty 0. We're still trying to figure this game out. And this was almost a 3-hour stream again, even though I'm more familiar with the game, but I'm still spending millions of years trying to remember the rules. You arrived just in time to see the end of another Dolphins victory. Yeah, and it wasn't an easy victory. It was, I kept getting confused about things. Next time, 3 spirits, 5-hour stream. Yeah, and speaking of which, if you missed it at the head of the stream, I will be doing Spirit Island Saturdays through at least May. So if you want to see more Spirit Island content while the game is freshly released and you're still trying to figure out how to win, do check out Spirit Island Saturdays on Saturday. And I'm titling it Spirit Island Saturdays. I'm not going to consider it a Dolphin's Dive, but it does open up the possibility of there being a rotating streamer for that part of the week. Maybe, I don't know. But at least for me, I'll be doing it through May and we'll go from there. Dolphins Dive will continue next week. Next week will be April 30th. I'll probably do one more Spirit Island stream on my main channel. And then not the 1st of May, but the first Dolphins Dive of May is the monthly Oblivion match. And then after that, we'll work Spirit Island into our game rotation between Sentinels and One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End and Spirit Island. And if I keep spending 3 hours in a game, it might have to be its own stream. Otherwise, if I can cut it down to an hour somehow, we could combine it with the Sentinel stream and have the Greater Than Games products be its own stream. Do check out the other channel, or the other streamers we have on this channel. We have Handelabra Live every Tuesday with John and sometimes Jeremy, who like to show you content before it is publicly available. They were streaming Spirit Island on that channel or that broadcast, whatever you call it, for the past several months, and I'm sure they will continue to show some beta and pre-release or development build content when they're trying to fix some bugs and maybe release some extra content, especially because Spirit Island is still in early access. It's not 100% ready yet for post early access, for normal access. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. we have Dolphins Dive with yours truly, where we will play some Handelabra products and try to deliver some strategy discussion with you, or I just get confused after I forget what I decided 15 minutes earlier. On Saturdays, we will have Spirit Island Saturdays with yours truly, and possibly Spirit Island, or possibly Spirit Island as a guest. Yes, no, possibly John as a guest, because he said he wants, would I like a guest? We can certainly have guests on this stream with, we'll have to figure out if we can actually use like Steam Remote Play for that maybe, or if the internet and streaming is too much. But in either case, Spirit Island Saturdays at 7 p.m. And Sunday at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown for some storytelling Sentinels. And Monday at 7 p.m. is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover, a brother and sister team that play games together, and recently in Sentinels have been trying to get those hero and villain achievements that they've been pushing back on. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, Aeon's End, One Deck Dungeon are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island is in early access as of last Thursday. Be sure to check those games out. You can find more information on the games at handelabra.com. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed my victory, my second on-stream victory out of the 2 games I played. And be sure to check us out on Spirit Island Saturdays. Have a good night, everyone.